Welcome to SplitScreen Mondays. I'm Civvie, and I'm here to tell you what's going on this week with my fingers pointing awkwardly. This week, AGQ is done, but the International is raging on. So there's a lot of Dota going on in the world. None of it on this channel. We're not big Dota people, as far as I know. So we're going to just ignore it for the most part. Maybe we'll talk about it on the podcast, but there will be no Dota here. Anyway, let me tell you what there is going to be here. We're going to have every morning content that is exciting in air quotes and exciting without air quotes in the form of videos, which makes sense because this is a video, content delivery website. Anyway, we're going to start right off with Parker doing Kamidori, which is a visual novel kind of tactical RPG game where he dates girls and makes clothes for them or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what's going on in that game anymore, but Parker will tell you. He'll be live Monday, Tuesday at 8 a.m. to tell you. Well, he won't be live. He won't be live. That's crazy. But he'll be there in video format to tell you what's going on in that game. On Wednesday, we are actually going to be previously live together, making a podcast called Trailer Talk, which is just us sitting around talking about whatever. I think this week a bunch of Hearthstone stuff came out, so maybe we'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about TI, and hopefully something will happen in the world of video games this week. Last week there was nothing. The week before that there was nothing. This week there's probably nothing. Anyway, after that, on Thursday and Friday, I'm taking over the channel with Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I think we're getting close to the end of that game now, but I'm not sure. So we'll go through that. We get our asses kicked this week, which is all fine and dandy because that game until now has been ridiculously easy. So hopefully it continues ramping up the difficulty, and we can actually have a good fight on our hands rather than like a new game where it's just like, oh, you died, whatever. That's how I feel when I play most games nowadays. Anyway, Wallace has finished Akiba's Strip. As you might have noticed, at the end of last week, he finished it off, episode 14. You should watch that. There are things that happen in that. Things that are kind of sad because it's over, and kind of sad just because nothing really interesting happened at the end of that. There was no big payoff, which I think games could really use, and that game doesn't bother. But he's starting I believe it's an adventure game called Night of the Rabbit, which looks to be a rather, well animated sort of deal. I kind of looked at it a little bit. He'll know a lot more about it, and you'll know even more than him or me because you're the internet. And the internet knows everything, one way or another. Anyway, that is everything that's happening this morning, or in the morning, not this morning, in the morning across the week. At night, we have finished Borderlands 1. We did all the DLC, we did all the quests that matter, and we accidentally did some of it in the second playthrough. So, hopefully, we never have to see Borderlands again. Oh man, we are so tired of Borderlands. But there will still be co-op content. Me and Parker were like, Borderlands is really great and all, but how about we play something that's not a shooter? So, we're going to play Dawn of War 2, the first version. There's the Dawn of War 2, then there's there's Chaos Rising, and then Retribution. We're going to play the first one right now. And that's a co-op, top-down, RPG sort of thing. So that's exciting. We do well. That game has some issues with our setup. So hopefully it turns out that we can actually finish recording that game for you. Right now, it's looking sort of dicey. We can do it. We just need to work on it. Speaking of Parker doing stuff, he got his new audio stuff last week. And we are slowly teaching him how to properly mix audio, which is wonderful. Finally, I don't have to edit out his terrible audio. It should just work. We're having a little ups and downs with it for now, but eventually we'll get all the way through and I'll teach him how to not mess it up. Anyway, I think that's it for games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for games this week. However, I want to tell you how you might be able to get more split screen content. That deal was great. It's free. This deal is also free. We give out our content for free, for the most part. Ads technically pay us eventually, maybe. Not currently, though. Oh man, not even close. Yeah. So, if you want to check out more split screen stuff, you can always hit me up on my Twitter, where you can ask me questions or whatever. You can tell me how terrible this video is, how I don't know what I'm talking about. Someone actually said that it looked like I was reading off of like a list. I tell you what, I am not that prepared. I just put up my microphone and my camera and stand in front of the green screen and go, "Yeah, I'm making videos." That is literally how this works. I am doing this live on Nico right now, which you could have known if you were following me on Twitter. That's a segue. Other things you can know if you're following me on Twitter is that we stream on Twitch sometimes. My internet's been real janky the last week. I switched providers to a provider that let me use as much internet as I want, and I think I might be tripping their guards against people who are using like torrents and stuff like that. Even though I'm not using torrents, I'm uploading to the internet. So I'm having a tech come in this Wednesday to try and figure out what's going on, and hopefully I can get stable internet for everyone to watch me do stuff on the internet. Also, right now I'm recording this live on Nico Nico, and you could know about that if you're following my Twitter, because the link is hard. It's CO and then a bunch of numbers, so that's annoying. Anyway, I sit on there, drink tea, yell about stuff. Sometimes we make bad Japanese puns or whatever we do. Who knows? We do stuff that is not gaming related, so if you want to see just what Civvie does on a regular day, follow my Nico. It's down in the description. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, I think... Oh yes, I would like you to check out technically, this is my channel. I have all the passwords. But our playlists. If we're not playing something you like right now, but you think we might be cool guys, check out our playlist. We've played several games all the way through. I just added, like, descriptions to all the playlists. So, you know, if you want to do a little reading of how bad I am at writing, you can check that out. Or you can just watch something, just put on a second monitor and do your regular stuff and listen to us chat about whatever while we're playing. But at least that's how I record stuff, and that's how the co-op stuff goes, so, you know, you can check that out. Anyway, I think that's it. This week on Split Screen, I'm Civvie, and I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a good Monday. It's Monday morning right now, unless you're watching this on Tuesday or any of the other days of the week, and then it's not Monday morning. So, you know, see you later.